not really there for you.
Boom.
All right. This one, I'm asking for a friend. How do you get out of a losing streak as Gibbs? If you're on a losing streak, do you go back into the lab with our remote, and do you practice a new offense, an old offense? Do you change your lineup? Do you take a break? Do you play somebody you know you can beat? Do you play somebody even harder? How do you get out of a slump?
I get in the lab and I work on my defense. You thought I was going to say offense. No, I don't lab a new playbook. I don't lab a new offense. I get in and I tinker and I work on my defense and make sure I get my defense right. A great place to start is to make your opponent one-dimensional. Mm-hmm. So you want to, how can I make my run defense better? If you're struggling to stop the run, I feel like a lot of people do struggle to stop the run. In most cases, they could struggle to stop inside zones, the I-form twins formation with the fullback dive, halfback toss. So you want to focus on the fundamentals of defense, work that out, get comfortable with a blitz. Right now, people are losing their ability to blitz because of the scrape. You need to now find a new way to send and generate pressure outside of your down lineman. You're still going to go to cover 2-man on 3rd and long situations. Or if you get a lead, you go up by 14 points, you go to cover 2-man and you make your opponent work. You make them work for every single yard that they have to get. And then from there, you then eventually want to move on to offense, get into a rhythm. There's something we've said for many years now, I think literally going on 8 years. We've said every night before night, if you want to take Madden seriously, you want to become a better player, 100 user catches before bed. It doesn't have to necessarily be user catches at this point because it's a different style game than it once was. But you need to go and get 100 reps in before bed. You throw the Z-spot route 100 times to get that route and that timing down. Like you saw Skimbo use it to perfection. But the thing is, you can't go into a game, run it, and never have used it before. So you need to go and work on your timing. You need to work on the very basic fundamentals of the game. You face a zone, you're going to flood it with a corner, a flat, and a vertical. Work on those timings. Just get back to the basics of the game.
And for me, since I got the Vic, I've been on a bit of a slump, although I won my last 2, and I'm feeling better. But to get out of a streak, you need to either take a couple days off and then come back with a fresh mind, or just get in the lab, practice, go through my reads. What I'm noticing is because I have new players that I consider OP, and I guess, you could just run with Vic every time he's
not true. We tried that. We tried that in the game.
You just chuck it to Calvin every time. You can, but it doesn't really work like that. So you start to, before the snap, be like, where's Calvin? I'm going to throw it to him regardless. Where you're still better off throwing to an open player. And so my fourth and fifth read, like in the Browns, I started to play really good competition too. Started to play some really good players. Had a good run of opponents. That angle route on the left side, like I've never had to use it against average players because one of my first 3 reads gets open.
Yep.
But it's my 4th, 5th read, and I'm not making that 5th read because
correct.
Because when I started the offense, I knew it was there, but I never actually throw it. And then all of a sudden, now against good people, you might have to throw that.
You need it.
And now you've not ran it for so long, just having gun double sail has worked for you, but then you still need to have all your options, but when you just beat people that aren't that good, your game atrophies down to the plays you run most, and you only really need to run your best 7-8 plays. So when you do need to expand your playbook against good players, you haven't run those plays in 3 weeks, it's not there for you. Mm-hmm. So that's why we say 100 reps, because you need to go over the plays, your whole playbook, not just the ones you run when you win.
So I was playing Tenacious yesterday, and this is talking about knowing your 5th read, 6th read, 7th read, 8th read, and I'll talk about what a 6th read is, even though you only have 5 guys in the field. So how do you have 6 reads? So imagine this is gun split close, and this is the halfback wheel, where you have on the right side of the field, you have the streak, the corner, and then the halfback flat. So he was running nickel 55 odd defense, and he was running it to a T the way we show. So pressure left, right, changing up coverages. So he's doing a really good job of mixing things up, and it made it very difficult for me to make reads. So I knew I had to keep a halfback in. And it was multiple situations where he knew everywhere I wanted to go. If I put a guy in a drag, he was instantly ready for it. He knew what was happening. I knew in my bag of tricks that he wanted to make sure to defend the speed out, and he knew he wanted to defend that deep post. But there's one route that I have used and I've used it very well against some of the best players in the world.